Some people think that Hillary Clinton flip-flops a lot and does it based on political advantage and is going more towards Bernie Sanders' positions throughout this campaign in order to court progressive voters in the primary, that perhaps she might not stay with those positions, that it's disingenuous. Now, are those charges fair? Well, I've got dozens of examples, but today I've got a new one for you guys. It's about the governor of Michigan, Rick Snyder. Bernie Sanders has been saying for a long time, because of the debacle in Flint, Michigan, that Rick Snyder should be fired or impeached. Hillary Clinton has resisted that. And in fact, an hour before their debate in Flint, Michigan, her spokesperson said, "I think that, in a nutshell, shows the difference in their two approaches. If the governor stepped down tomorrow, would that make a difference in everyday lives of the people who are drinking contaminated water, who can't take showers, who can't brush their teeth? What Hillary Clinton is doing is figuring out a way to make a difference." Oh, I see. Okay. So Hillary Clinton is not going to call for his resignation because, wait, he's part of the guys who caused this mess. He's the one who's ultimately responsible. He's the one who put the emergency manager in. He's the one that wanted to save $1 to $2 million by making that switch. They allowed the emergency manager and the environmental department within Michigan to do all of that, and at the same time gave over $1 billion to his corporate donors in tax breaks. Yeah, he's the guy who can make a difference. No. We have to protect the establishment, even if they're Republicans. So Snyder, I don't know about. Oh my God, Bernie Sanders is gaining on me in the polls. This was an hour before the debate when they say she's very careful in studying and it's a better way to go. During the debate, here's what Hillary Clinton said. "I agree the governor should resign or be recalled, and we should support the efforts of citizens attempting to achieve that, but that is not enough." Now all of a sudden she wants to do more than getting rid of Rick Snyder. What happened? I thought you weren't going to do that. I thought you weren't in favor of that. I thought that showed a difference between your two approaches. Oh, when it's politically convenient and you're going to debate in Flint, Michigan, all of a sudden Rick Snyder's got to go. The governor's got to go. Is that a flip-flop? 100%. That is indisputable. Hillary Clinton supporters can say anything they want. They're probably, anyone who points out their own quotes probably did it in a sexist way. Okay, but they can't deny that that's what her spokesperson said, and then an hour later she flip-flopped on him. They can't deny that her position was that Snyder shouldn't go, and then when feeling the political heat, all of a sudden she thought he should go. Now, do you really think she's going to do anything about that if she gets elected? Do you think that a person who flip-flops this easily in the primaries won't do the same exact thing in the general election? As soon as she's dispensed with Bernie Sanders, if that's the way it goes, all of a sudden she'll find religion again. Like, oh, well, that Trans-Pacific Partnership, for example, the trade deal that I was on the record being in favor of and worked really hard to make sure that it passed when I was Secretary of State. Then I flip-flopped and said I was against during the primaries because progressives don't like it. Oh, look at that. In the general election, I decided to be in favor of it again. And if you complain about that, she'll say, well, didn't you know? I already changed all my positions during the primary. You thought I wouldn't do it again? Sucker.